Hi and good evening. Thank you for watching. I'm Shakil 5858. I am Buddham. Now the latest headlines from world channels and news agencies.
Purported leaked
Chad's government said late Wednesday 19 people were killed in an attack on the presidential palace, including one presidential guard. In a televised address, government spokesperson confirmed that two presidential guards were also gravely injured. We found that they had a lot of alcohol, small bottles of water filled with alcohol. It looks like whiskey or something like that. Also some drugs. They were completely drugged, at least the survivors. There were 18 deaths on their side and 6 survivors who parliamentary elections that were supposed to help restore democracy, but which the main opposition boycotted. The president of European Parliament, Roberta Metsola, held high-level talks in Cairo on Wednesday, focusing on strengthening the relationship between the European Union and Egypt. During a visit, Metsola met with Egypt's parliamentary leaders, including the Speaker of the House of Representatives and the President of the Senate. The discussions focused on the EU's commitment to deepening its partnership with Egypt amid evolving geopolitical challenges in the Middle East. Key topics on the agenda included migration management, the EU's macro-financial assistance to Egypt, and the broader geopolitical landscape in the neighboring region.
The beauty of freshwater ecosystems, rivers, lakes, ponds and streams draw people in, serving both as a source of enjoyment and a resource for exploitation. However, a recent paper in the journal Nature, nearly 25% of 23,500 species studied are at risk of extinction, classified as vulnerable, endangered or critically endangered, transforming agricultural land into a salmon-friendly environment.
Athletic Bilbao coach Ernest Valverde lauded Barcelona's teenage sensation Lamine Yamal as extraordinary following a side 2-0 defeat to Barcelona, the Spanish Super Cup semi-final on Wednesday. Lamine with the ball really makes the difference. Whenever
was back on the training court in Melbourne on Tuesday for time slam of previous form. Yeah.
I'm today on ABC. First, deadly disaster in California. New fires are erupting across Los Angeles, with 5 major fires now burning. At least 5 people are dead, and the area of destruction is approaching the size of 800 football fields.
We are in the heart of Hollywood, guys. This thing is spotting and growing by the day.
More than 100,000 people are under evacuation orders. Now those fierce Santa Ana winds are expected to pick up. In some parts, fire hydrants are also running dry.
It is like driving through hell itself down here. Literally through hell.
The massive Palisades fire is now the most destructive in LA's history, with more than 17,000 acres scorched. Dozens of home structures are gone, leaving many neighborhoods unrecognizable.
I've never seen Los Angeles like this in my life.
The balcony was on fire and I went around the back to grab the garden hose.
Now concerns are growing about the threat of toxic smoke. Our special coverage of the fire disaster in California starts right now. And that wildfire emergency in Southern California showing no signs of slowing down. The new Sunset Fire is burning in Hollywood Hills, forcing evacuations, threatening iconic landmarks. And the Palisades Fire is the most destructive fire in Los Angeles history and still growing. They're just two of at least 5 major fires burning out of control across the region right now. And these before and after pictures of Altadena show just some of the devastation. Crews are fighting the fires from the air and the ground, trying to protect this densely populated area. Our chief national correspondent, Matt Gutman, has the latest from Pacific Palisades.
This is Sky News Today. It's 11 o'clock. The headlines this hour. Breaking news. The Chancellor under pressure over the economy. Borrowing costs continue to soar and the pound slumps. California wildfires. The Los Angeles disaster zone expands as another fire breaks out. At least 5 people have died. 130,000 ordered to evacuate. Famous Hollywood Hills are alight. The out-of-control flames threaten yet more homes across Los Angeles.
To many, this is their little piece of heaven, and for the last few hours, in fact the last 48 hours, it has been their hell on earth.
The blame game erupts over water shortages and cuts to fire budgets. Donald Trump leading criticism of state authorities.
So what's happened is a tragedy, and the governor has not done a good job.
Also, this morning, new stats show NHS staff experienced the busiest year on record for emergency services as flu continues to pile pressure on hospitals. And in Business Live, Christmas cheer for Tesco and M&S. They both reveal bumper sales over the festive period. Very good morning to you. Starting with some breaking news now. In the last half an hour, the government has come under pressure over its economic policies. They've been challenged.
This is DW News live from Berlin. Tonight, the Los Angeles wildfires now threatening some of Hollywood's best-known landmarks. Multiple blazes have triggered new evacuation orders as the flames consume vast swathes of property. Also coming up, America bidding farewell to Jimmy Carter, the 39th U.S. president, is being honored at a state funeral in Washington. He'll be laid to rest later today in his hometown of Plains, Georgia. And growing fears of election meddling by Elon Musk as the billionaire endorses the far-right alternative for Germany in the run-up to next month's nationwide election.
It must be earned and cultivated. Thank you for your trust.
Liberté, égalité, actualité.
Hello and welcome. You're watching France 24. Coming up, the state funeral of Jimmy Carter. His 5 living successors in attendance for the final farewell to the 39th U.S. president. Carter, who died 2 weeks ago at age 100, to be buried in his hometown of Plains, Georgia. The largest of Los Angeles' fires continues to burn out of control. Calmer winds, though, offering a respite as rescuers contain the blaze that threatened the Hollywood Hills. At least close to 200,000 have been forced from their homes. We'll get the very latest from Pacific Palisades and France 24 correspondent Wassim Cornet. Lebanon's parliament elects a president, filling a 2-year vacancy. The choice of Army Chief Joseph Aoun seen as key to bolstering a fragile truce between Hezbollah and Israel. In the next hour, the France 24 debate and America's eulogy for a different kind of U.S. president. How will history remember Jimmy Carter? A one-term president, like the current one, who reinvented himself afterwards as a wise elder in his record-long post-presidency. What to make of this particular moment in time, ahead, of course, of Donald Trump's inauguration. Your reactions on the hashtag F24Debate. Hello, everyone. I'm
Tonight, 5 lives lost and hundreds of homes destroyed as out-of-control wildfires ravage Los Angeles on multiple fronts. The hikers who found Hadi Nazari shared their part in his amazing survival story. Air safety investigators hopeful that clues from the seaplane wreckage will reveal the cause of the crash off WA's Rottnest Island. And Alex de Minaur on a collision course with reigning champion Yannick Sinner after his name was called in the same quarter of the Australian Open draw.
The fate of one of America's most used social media platforms is now in the hands of the U.S. Supreme Court. It will hear arguments over a law requiring TikTok to break ties with its Chinese-based parent company, ByteDance, or face a U.S. ban. It comes at a time of growing tensions between the world's two largest economies and just 10 days before Trump's inauguration. Watch Asia First at these timings.
Thank you for sparing your precious time. This is Amir Shakil. Have a good life. Bye-bye.